Hello and welcome back to another edition of Raw Out of 10. And yeah, we've got a great episode of Raw today with Cody and Dominic setting up a match for Money in the Bank. Finn Balor's challenged Seth Rollins to the title back at the show as well. And we got a tag team title match in the main event. With Imperium challenging Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So let's get straight into things. And Adam Pearce kicked off Raw and presented Rhea Ripley with a new Women's Championship. Dominic Mysterio came out to congratulate her and was talking about everything when he was interrupted by Cody Rhodes. We then got a recap of Dom slapping Cody last week before Cody said Brock was scared to face him again. Cody challenged Dom to a match at Money in the Bank, and the latter said he wasn't afraid of anyone but refused to answer the challenge. Rhea accepted the challenge on behalf of Dom before The Miz tried to attack Cody from behind and failed. Cody took The Miz down, but Dom got him away in a cheat shot before running away with Rhea as well. So yeah, really interesting that Rhea accepts the challenge. I do feel like that coming to something down the line, maybe some tensions, who knows. But yeah, Cody v Dom, while there's nothing for Cody at the moment, that's going to be really insane. I can't wait for that match, to be honest. But it's then time for Cody Rhodes v The Miz. The match started during the break, and when we got back, fans saw Cody hit a dropkick before sending The Miz outside for a dive into the barricades. Miz then dropped Cody head into the announcer's desk before sending him into the ring post and then the steel steps. After a break, Miz tried for the figure 4 leg lock before hitting the kicks, but failed to get the pin. Cody came back with a sudden Cody Castle followed by a crossroads, picking up the win. And yeah, I think we all knew that Cody would win here. So yeah, it gets a 6 out of 10 for me. Nothing much more really to it. Simple win. The Miz doing the job he always does, but you know, he did it well, like he always does. And yeah, just more intrigued by the Cody v Dominic stuff at Money in the Bank, because like I say, that's going to be really entertaining. But anyway, Becky Lynch was out next and said she had her sights set on winning Money in the Bank ladder match. Zoe Stark interrupted her after a bit of back and forth. She promised to break Becky's face at Money in the Bank as we headed to the next match, which was Becky against Chelsea Green. Becky sent Green outside in the early stages. Back in the ring, Green tried to get back with a suplex, but it was reversed. Becky then sent Green into the barricades before taking a big boot. Becky then caught Green in the corner and got the easy win. And yeah, Becky continuing her feud with Zoe Stark, it seems like. And yeah, that's definitely an interesting feud in the meantime for the Trish Stratus match, presumably at SummerSlam. And yeah, carrying Money in the Bank. But yeah, to be honest, the match kind of felt there. Didn't feel as much about Trish, so I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. But anyway, it's then time for Matt Riddle versus Damian Priest. The match went outside early on. Before Damian was sent into the announcer's desk. Back in the ring, Priest got an earful off a headlock driver before Riddle countered the South of Heaven, but was shoved off the top rope. Riddle reversed with a top rope move before hitting Priest with a massive fisherman suplex for an earful. Riddle then missed the floating bro and took the Razor's Edge as Damian got the pin. Big win for Priest here, and yeah, I think it just kind of reaffirms the point of how behind Priest WWE are at the moment. Big win for him. Riddle probably can eat the loss, so yeah, not going to make too much difference, but yeah, big win for him, like I say. Imperium showed up after the match, and Damian left the ring and started telling them to pick the bones. Gunther and Kaiser demolished Riddle with shots as Raw moved on. So yeah, potentially the two factions joining together, which could definitely be interesting and needs some interesting further storylines. So yeah, I can't wait to see how that develops over the last few weeks. Cody was then backstage and said just like Brock Lesnar and Dominic are just obstacles in his path to glory, before Natalya hinting at a possible rebrand in the near future, before Imperium taunted Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn into giving them a title match in our main event. So yeah, all interesting little bits there. Before it's time for Ricochet v Bronson Reed. Reed got an early takedown before Nakamura came out to spectate. Ricochet was being tossed around the ring before a distraction from Nakamura allowed Ricochet to get some big moves in. Nakamura interfered in the match and cost Ricochet a DQ loss, with the latter got into a shouting match with Shinsuke. Bronson then took them both down and tried for the tsunami, but Ricochet and Nakamura teamed up with him and hit a massive suplex. And yeah, he gets 6 out of 10 for me. Kind of like what they're all doing there with all the Money in the Bank. Definitely adds an extra dimension into the match, which is looking really strong, I have to say. So yeah, I kind of like where they're going for it. And Ricochet was wanting a rematch against Bronson next week, but Pearce told him Reed already had a match booked against Nakamura. Shinsuke walked up to them and said that Ricochet can fight Bronson after he was done. So yeah, definitely teasing an alliance there. Out next was Finn Balor, and he called out Seth Rollins before the World Heavyweight Champion showed up. The crowd kept singing Rollins' entrance music, and Finn was getting really annoyed. Finn said that Rollins ruined his big moment 7 years ago, while the crowd ruined his moment tonight by chanting for Seth. Balor said that Rollins took his momentum away, and now it's his turn to take it all away from Seth at Money in the Bank. Seth accepted the challenge and asked Balor if he would be facing the Demon or the sad, bitter version of himself that showed up tonight before walking out. So yeah, definitely teasing the Demon. And yeah, I really hope you do get the Demon. definitely would add an extra dimension to the match. And yeah, it's such an easy storyline to go back to, with what happened in 2016. Just makes all the sense in the world. And yeah, you do feel like it would really work between the two if they're given a proper chance, which definitely seems like it will be. So yeah, good stuff. Shayna Baszler then took on Raquel Rodriguez on Raw. Raquel started strong and sent Baszler outside before getting a big boot. Baszler then kicked Raquel in the back of the knee before an assist from Ronda on the ropes took out Raquel down. Baszler picked up the easy win, with Rousey using her weight and the ropes to hold Rodriguez down for the free count. And yeah, that's 6 out of 10 for me. Baszler and Rousey really coming across like killers here, and that's exactly what they need to be booked like, for me. But yeah, a bit of a shame to see Raquel lose so easily, even with the distraction. I would like to see her put up probably more of a fight, because yeah, I do really like her. And I think WWE have similar feelings, to be honest. So yeah, bit of a surprise to see her lose so easily. But yeah, all good stuff for Ronda and Shayna really at the moment, since they won the belts, you have to say. But it's then time for Chad Gable versus Eric. Gable had control of the match early and took Eric down before getting a diving headbutt. Valhalla attacked Maxine at ringside and got taken down with an arm drag before Gable got the win via roll up off a distraction. And yeah, it gets a 5 out of 10 for me. This kind of felt just there, to be honest. Would have liked to see a bit more. There were some rumours of a new storyline for Gable on tonight's show. That didn't really come to pass. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But yeah, to be honest, it was just there and kind of just felt like filler before the main event, if I'm being honest. But there was some tension between Balor and Priest. Finn asked Damien if he was there to win Money in the Bank. Would he cash in on Balor? Damien said he would never before telling Balor to finish the job at Money in the Bank. So yeah, so maybe some tension there. Don't really want that, to be honest. I want them to continue going on. But yeah, I'm sure it will probably come to nothing. Rollins was backstage and said he was feeling spicy before announcing a heavyweight open challenge next week on Raw. And yeah, I can't wait for that. That's exactly what we want to see on our weekly TV shows. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, bring it on. It was then time for KO and Sami versus Imperium for the tag team titles. Sami and Gunther kicked off the match and Zayn was sent outside, and after a break Owens and Kaiser tagged in and the latter was isolated in the ring before Imperium did the same to Sami in their corner. Gunther came in with a big boot before Zayn hit an exploder on Kaiser. Gunther dragged Zayn outside, but this chop hit the ring post. Gunther then came back with a series of lariats and got 2 near falls before getting the Imperium bomb, but KO broke up the pin. Owens was sent into the ring post before Riddle came back and got taken down with a kick from Gunther. KO then hit Gunther with a DDT on the ramp before Sami got the Blue Thunder bomb on Kaiser, picking up the win. And yeah, it gets 7 out of 10 for me. Really good match to finish off the show. Always felt like KO and Sami would retain, but all for all of these wrestlers, it still made it really entertaining throughout. Really good main event. And yeah, I still think there's something brewing between these two teams, potentially in the next few weeks. So yeah, good stuff. 7 out of 10 from me. Overall, Raw this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I mean, I would say a pretty solid episode of Raw this week. Some really good matches, the main event included, and yeah, definitely some intriguing storylines leading up to Money in the Bank, like in the final Money in the Bank men's field as well. That looks really strong, and some interesting matches on this card. So yeah, pretty solid episode of Raw. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and comment down for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.